Hello, and welcome to this lecture on logical operators. Now, if you remember from our last challenge on if statements, we got introduced to this concept here of a double equal sign, which actually means equals to, whereas a single equal sign equals set. But in this lecture here, we're going to look at some logical operators, and again, we're really looking at these sort of special characters and the combinations that they produce. So, first of all, we've got and, if, and not. So let's start with not first of all. So let's just set up our scenario again. So let's create another variable called password, and again we'll just set it to hello. Probably getting familiar with this now. And then we want to write an if statement here, because we want to show something, if it's been successful logged in or not. So if password, again a double equal sign, hello. Want some curly brackets, and then we want to print something in here. So let's print login failed. Now, that might surprise you because obviously the password's been set to hello. And now we're saying if the user enters hello, we're saying that the login has failed, which is not true in this sense. So if you remember, we're looking at not. So how do you write not? So far we're saying if password is equal to, and we want to change that to if password is not equal to. And therefore that makes sense, doesn't it? If password is not equal to hello, then show login failed. Well, it's kind of a common occurrence here across many program languages, and it is exclamation mark and equals. So in many program languages that makes sense. Exclamation mark equal sign in effect means not equal to. So that's not. Var password hello. If password is not equal to hello, show login failed. That's nice and easy, wasn't it? So we're going to our next one, and this one we're going to show and. So again, see if you can try and guess ahead here of what we're going to be doing. So again, we'll go to var password as hello. And here, of course, when you think about a login screen, we've concentrated mostly on password so far, but of course there is a username usually as well. So in this occurrence here, we're going to create a username, and you can probably guess why, because obviously we're going to say if the username and the password are both correct, then let us in. So we'll just set that up here, look. So var password hello, var username is Appy. Again, another if statement, and you'll see why if statements are so important. We use them all the time when we're coding. So we're saying if username is equal to Appy. And of course, we want to also say now if it's also equal to hello. So how do you think we'd write and? That's what this lecture is all about here. This part of the lecture is all about. Well, of course, we have our and symbol. The correct name is an ampersand. And you've probably guessed, yes, you need two of them. So two ampersand symbols equals and. So again, we can just try this again and then create some curly brackets here. I'm going to print you have logged in, perhaps. And then this time should we write the else part as well, and then we can give it a bit of a whirl, can't we then? So else print login failed. So let's just play that bit of code then. So it should say you have logged in, and it does there, look. So what we're saying here, look, we've set a password hello, we've set a username Appy, and this if here is saying if the username does equal Appy, which is correct, and, so the double ampersand, password equals hello, then of course log us in, else want to print login failed. So if you just change one of those, if we just take the Y off Appy, so now the password's right and the username's wrong. Let's see if our and statement works here, and it should say login failed, because obviously one part is wrong. Again, we could take the O off hello, and then run it again. So now both the username and the password are incorrect. So again, it should say login failed. We could correct the username, but leave the password wrong. And again, it should say login failed, hopefully. And then we'll just go back to the correct one again, look. So both the password and the username are correct. And it should say you have logged in. which it does. So there you go, that's an AND symbol. So it's the ampersand on your keyboard, and it's two of them, just like the equals, there's two equals to make it equal to. So that is AND. Now the last one to show you here is OR. In fact, I'll leave rather than me typing that. So now we're on to OR. So again, we're saying the password set to hello. So again, in this scenario here, we're going to look at if it's just a single password entry again, field, but this time there's two different passwords. So again, I think I mentioned this before. Say there's a master admin password that gets you in. We can use both passwords then. So if we write if password is equal to hello. Now, of course, this is the bit where we want to write OR if password is equal to admin, say. So how do we write OR? This one's probably the most unusual one, and it's the pipe symbol. On my keyboard, it's on the same key as the backslash. But you've probably seen it on website titles, so it's you need to hold down Shift, pipe, and pipe. So two pipe symbols there. So and if the password is equal to, so the double equal sign, let's just say admin, and some curly brackets then, and I'm going to put print you have logged in. And of course we need to put that in speech marks as well. And let's do another else again, so we can just test it's worked. So else print login failed. So if you run that, in theory we should log in because the password is hello, and we'll set it to hello, so yes, you have logged in. But if we change the password up here to admin, again we should still get a login sign here. You have logged in because the password is now hello. Again, it's multiple passwords really, but it's saying if the password equals hello, which it doesn't, and then that double pipe, or password equals admin, then yes, you have logged in. So again, if you just take one letter off there, so neither hello or admin are correct, it should say login failed. So there you have it. Hopefully that was quite straightforward. So that's the logical operators of not, and or. So again, quite a good thing to use when you're writing if statements there to bring out different outcomes. So now it's time for your challenge.